Hello travelers, and welcome to a new video. It was around 10 p.m. and I got an idea that I wanted to go to Warsaw. So I bought a ticket and it's 3 a.m. right now and my train will be leaving. So I'm gonna take a red eye, I guess you would call it, like overnight basically train. So it's leaving here around 3:24. It's supposed to arrive at around 8 a.m. in Warsaw at the Warszawa Gdańska station. So I figured that was perfect for me. I can rest on the train. Hopefully I'll be fresh when I get to Warsaw. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to Warsaw. There's a lot of things I've been looking forward to doing now. I've done some more research. There's a few things that I missed, so hopefully we're gonna do those. And I just want to show you how dead the station looks at 3 a.m. Of course it would be. There are some people here, a few, but much quieter than normal. This is the Wrocław Główny station. This is the area to the platforms, and it's just dead here. So I'm on platform number 2. There it is there, Warszawa Gdańska. So I'm up on the platform. I believe the train is here already. And there's a train over here, in fact. But one good thing, it's going to be a pretty quiet train ride. Should be quite nice. No one loud or anything. Probably be able to get some sleep. I can sleep on the train pretty well normally. So we can get on the train right now. It's a little bit cold out here. So I'm actually in wagon 12, and maybe we get a chance to show you the train a little bit here because it's not busy at all. Here's the train. So this is 13. The curtains are pulled on that one. But here's what the compartments look like. So you've got these kind of old style compartments. I think most trains don't have these, but it's quite nice here. And I'll be in one of them, but in the next car over. But there are regular seats as well. It just depends on where your ticket is. This one's closed, so there must be someone in there. Oh, I see the temperature here too, 10C. So you can get some privacy if you want to rest in there, which is quite nice if everyone agrees. Put the shades down. There's a bathroom here. Let's look in there. Here's the bathroom in here. I don't know if I've showed it on the train before. I probably have. And you've got these automatic doors. So yeah, so this is different. Those were those compartment seating. This is kind of open. I think I'm in here. I'm actually gonna sit in here because I prefer kind of the open myself. But I guess it's whatever you like. So wish me a good trip. I'll see you guys in Warsaw. Here I am. I arrived in Warsaw. I'm at the Warszawa Gdańska station, and I need to get to the center, but I'm not too far away, so I have to probably take another tram. It's around 8 a.m. This is my train behind me. And not that crowded for the longest time. And then we got to Częstochowa and people started to come on the train. So overall it was a very nice ride. Pretty quiet for a while, and then this guy got on with kind of a like a radio or something. He was kind of blasting the music. I think he was kind of drunk. But other than that, it was pretty good. You can see the weather here. It's not the greatest. It's kind of foggy. And a little bit like, yeah, a little bit of drizzle actually. Just light, real light. Precipitation in the air, I think. So everybody's going this way. So we need to head this way, I guess. And I definitely need some coffee. There was nothing to eat on the train. Unfortunately, there was no bars, which is the dining car. I was kind of surprised. I was planning on getting something, so I went the whole trip without any water, any food. But we're gonna go get that now, and gonna explore some of Warsaw. So here we are once again in bustling Warsaw. I see all the people going by me. It is 8 a.m. Probably some are trying to scurry to work, and I'm just gonna be here enjoying the city. So already I see some places to get something. Looks like a bread shop. Well, a lot of people on their way to work. I don't know if you can see behind me. Look at that. Look at all the people. Tons of people. So we'll have to figure out where my next stop is. It's also a little bit cold out, kind of to be expected at 8 a.m. here in Warsaw. So I was just caught in that massive sea of people. So it's definitely the morning commute here in Warsaw. Looks like the metro is over here. This is out to the street. There's the metro behind me. Very nice experience riding the metro here. One thing I'd like to say about the metro is so smooth. It is very smooth. You can tell it is new. The tracks are new. The metro is new, and it moves quite quickly as well. I was used to some of those metros in Barcelona, and they bump you around. They kind of beat you off, especially the old one. I've also taken them in Paris, but these are super modern. And they're very comfortable, and they're very fast, and they're very smooth. It's such a smooth ride. That's what I was going to say. Here again is what it looks like. And they come into the station pretty quick. So from here, I need to change. And I also want to mention that I paid 3 zloty and 40. I think they call it grosz, it's cents. I'm starting to learn. There it goes. So it's less than $1 US to ride the metro, but you get 20 minutes. You could get a longer ticket if you need it, but I only need a couple stops. Leaving the station, and I have to cross the street and pick up another tram. So here we go. Here's a look at Warsaw in the morning. Of course, the very modern Warsaw. Look at this. The big towers. The modern metro. Well, the fog is kind of obscured some of the large buildings. You could kind of see them in the distance. So quite interesting there. Well, it's quite cold, but it's early morning. It's supposed to warm up a bit, and I think the next few days is supposed to be okay. I decided to stop for a coffee, a little breakfast before I head to the old town. I'm actually right in it almost now. I'm pretty close. Across the street there's a few things. There's this theater over there, famous theater. And I'm at this coffee shop called Na Bank. I thought it was a bank at first, but it's a coffee shop. And they have a lot of greenery. It's actually a really nice place. It's not too expensive. I got a latte, which looks really good, for 17 zloty, and I got a egg sandwich for 17 zloty. We'll show you that. It looks pretty good. It's pretty full too. Here's the latte. I'm right next to the big tower that we saw earlier, and there's the coffee shop right there. So it's supposed to be a little bit colder today. I was kind of wrong there. It's supposed to be 6C high today, 6 Celsius. It's supposed to warm up the next few days to above 10 Celsius. There's the trams. There's this big, beautiful statue across the street. And there's this famous theater there. In the distance, you can see the skyscrapers of Warsaw. Look at them. So majestic there in the distance. I love that statue though. I think we're gonna cross the street and take a look at that statue, because I don't remember seeing that. It's quite beautiful. You can probably see in the distance there's a police car. There was just an ambulance flying by me. There's a police car there. So something exciting already on my first day back in Warsaw. So the statue is the Pomnik Juliusza Słowackiego w Warszawie. So it is the monument of Słowacki in English. And this is it here. In fact, it says it right there. Juliusz Słowacki, 1809 to 1849. That's a large statue. I'm sorry, I don't really recognize, other than Slovakia, the name, unless he was the person that founded Slovakia or the former president of Slovakia, which is a possibility, or a great Polish leader. Look at this statue though, it's Very majestic here. So I believe that the theater is possibly over there, and this building with the dome is a bank. Actually, it's a bank. So we might have to come back and check this out later. For now, I'd like to drop off some of these heavy items because I have my laptop. I'm carrying that around, it's quite heavy. So put that in a locker in the hostel, hopefully. And maybe I can do some exploring after that, but probably it would be better in the next few days because the weather today is not great. But look at these buildings here. They're quite beautiful. So we're gonna cross the street again, and I'm gonna go back to the corner. I'm gonna take the tram into the Stare Miesto. Normally I would walk, but because of these heavy bags, I'm just gonna take the tram. It's only one stop. And we have another statue over here. It is Stefan Starzyński. How about this? This is quite interesting here. That is really interesting. What is he wearing, like a cloak? I mean, what is that supposed to represent? It's quite interesting. Coming out of the rock, and we're at the foot of this beautiful building there. I want to give a shout out to my latest member, Mark S. Shout out to you, my friend. You're awesome. You became a travel addict member. So thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that support. And if you want to get a shout out and a lot of other perks, click that subscribe now button, and you can join for as little as $1.99 US per month to help support my travels and my channel. And we're building a community here, the travel addicts of the world. Not only America, not only Europe, Poland, Spain, South America, you name it. The platform over here is supposed to be to the Stare Miesto, but you can't cross here. You have to go all the way over there, kitty corner, so it's quite difficult. So maybe we're gonna walk it, or maybe we'll pick up a tram over here. I do see a sign here, Stare Miesto to the right, and the Theater Narodowy. I think I remember this building, or one like it. It's quite nice though. I think I might have seen it before, or at least a similar one. So the sign was pointing this way, I believe, to the Stare Miesto. I hope that's right, because it splits here. I think it is. Good morning, it's day 2. So last night I was just kind of tired from the trip and everything. I kind of crashed in the hostel, slept for a while. I did go out last night actually. I went to the district with all the big buildings, so that was quite nice at night. In fact, I'm gonna go back there because it's so cool at night actually. I went to a Lebanese restaurant. It was quite good, the food. I did not bring my camera though, so we're gonna do some filming today. And I'm at the hostel, I'm at the Safe Stay Hostel, and we're gonna go out now into the street and we're gonna walk around. But I just wanted to show you, they have this cool bucket list here, which is cool, things to do in Warsaw. So it says bucket list Warsaw. So it says taste Vettel hot chocolate, have a walk in Royal, it's actually Łazienki, I believe, Łazienki Park, get lost in Warsaw Old Town, which is where we are right now, try Pączak, Polish donut, which I've done, see the view from the Palace of Culture and Science. Now I haven't done that yet. That is where you go up to the kind of this main building here. It was built in the communist days, and it's quite tall. It's kind of like a very well-known building here in Warsaw. You can actually go up to the top. I haven't done that before. I want to do that. We're gonna do that. It says visit the Polish Vodka Museum. I haven't done that. And it says go to the Praga district, and there's vodka there. So I don't know if I've been to the Praga district either. I'll tell you guys one thing, I've been walking around Warsaw and it is a huge city. It is so much bigger than Wroclaw. Well, I guess you can imagine that. It is the capital of Poland actually. So this is the hostel I'm in, it's a safe stay. We've got this restaurant next door. I've actually eaten there before when I was in Warsaw. It was pretty good. And we're right here in the old town. In fact, if you go this direction is the big plaza with the palace, one of the old palaces, I believe, or castle, I should say, the castle, I believe. and I think the other direction is the Royal Palace. So let's walk over here to that large plaza. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to probably switch hostels today. The hostel was quite nice, but they don't accept cash, and I came with cash. I don't want to say it too loud, but I did come with some cash, and unfortunately they only accept cards. It's kind of weird, and I don't really have a lot in my account, unfortunately, right now, so I was only able to book one night. I want to save a little bit of money, so they wouldn't accept cash. It was quite weird, but that's the situation here. So I have to go to another hostel. I really haven't dealt with that before in any hostel. So we have some, you can see the architecture here in Warsaw is quite amazing. And I was walking to get coffee this morning. I went back to the same place as yesterday, and I went by this theater, this Narodowi, and it's quite beautiful. It kind of reminded me of something I've seen in Barcelona before. This is a busy street here. We're gonna cross here when we can. And it's around close to 11 a.m. now. And it's much warmer today than yesterday. Look at Warsaw though, look at it. Look at the grand scale it is. Look at this building. It's just epic here in Warsaw. And of course, the locals call it Warszawa. So here is the palace. And all of this area, this is the old town. It was all rebuilt because it was all destroyed during World War II. I've seen some pictures of it. I think there was a little bit left remaining, like maybe the foundation, but most of it was gone, and they painstakingly rebuilt it. I think I talked about that last time I was here. So we've been here in my last video, but it's still worth coming here right now, and we're definitely going to explore some more. We're going to do a lot of different things, and I want to go up to the roof of that Palace of Culture and Science. We're going to do that as well. But here we go. Famous plaza here in Warsaw. And if we walk this way, we're going to see a beautiful, beautiful view. And you're going to see the stadium, the national stadium for football in the distance over there. I've actually was there. I was outside of it anyway when they had a big football match or soccer match to us Americans, and there it is in the distance. So can't really actually see the city that well, but this is the castle here. It's quite a famous castle. It's quite old, I think. A lot of kids here. These little kids, they look like they're out on a trip. Oh, someone's filming some kind of video here, like a TikTok video or something. I haven't seen that rotating camera before. That's kind of cool. Maybe it's doing a 360. That is kind of interesting. Here's the castle. And they do often take kids and, you know, from class, and they're kind of showing them around the cities. I like that in Poland. They're also doing that in Wroclaw. I often see some of the teachers with the kids, and they're kind of on field trips throughout the city. So they're learning about their city, they're learning about their culture, they're learning about their heritage. So it's very impressive, actually. It's quite impressive, I'll say that. Here it is, this large castle here. So we've seen that, so I think we're gonna go back the other way and maybe go over to that Narodowi Museum that I saw before. And the bells are going off in the tower of the castle. I was here last time in summer, and there's definitely a lot less people now, as you would expect. And this is the Plac Zamkowy, so the Plaza Zamkowy. And there's a McDonald's to my right. Okay, so we have to go this way behind me. Look at these buildings. Look at the architecture here. You can see where we just came from. Rynek Starego Miasta, the old town square, is where we were. And the street we're on is Senatorska. And across the street is Miadowa. You see quite a few different signs. There was a museum. There's quite a lot going on here, as I said, in Warsaw. It's just a huge city. I think it would take quite a lot of time to explore it all, if it's even possible. So we've got another palace here. Look at this building. I think it's a hotel, actually. It looks like it was a palace at one time. There's a dacha. I think that's how you say it. We don't really see those in America too much. So it is the Hotel Bellotto. And there's also a casino in here, I believe. Casino Palace. There's a casino in there as well. So in the distance we can see some of the skyscrapers here in Warsaw. And this here is the Theater Narodowy. Look at it. Okay, so I made a mistake. This is the Theater Wielki, Polish National Opera. I thought it was the Narodowy. And we have Stanisław Moniuszko. Large monument here. This is like granite stone. Very heavy stone. So this is the Polish Royal Opera House. And it looks like the door is open. Hopefully we can go inside and tour it. And across the street we have this other quite amazing looking building as well. Very striking. Look at the carvings over this arch entranceway. Looks like two angels, basically. Maybe the door wasn't open, it just looked like it to me. So we had a little bit of drama in the hostel last night. I was upstairs and there's a bar, and I was talking to these guys, and they were quite interesting guys. One of them was from India and he's in a band, and there was another guy that he's from Ukraine and he teaches English, and his English was quite amazing actually. His vocabulary was really good. So we're talking, and then they decided to go to the 24-hour store, get something to eat. So there was a woman, she came, so I was talking to her, a Polish woman, and she lived in Cuba before. So we were having a conversation. It was quite interesting because she knew Spanish, and of course I've been around, and so she was asking me what it was like in South America and in Spain. She only knew Cuban Spanish. So there was some kind of woman that was kind of inebriated, and she had a beer there, and she was a French woman, but she looked like she was like middle-aged, and she just like started getting all upset in French and like causing a scene, and we were making noise and we were just talking, and it's a bar, I mean. So finally the woman, she spoke French, and she was speaking with her, which was quite impressive actually. So Spanish, French, she's Polish as well. I don't know if she speaks any other languages, but it got to be like a full-blown argument, and the lady was like really upset. She was getting in her face, and she was swearing in all this French, and then she said a few things in English to me that were kind of rude. So I told her, like, listen, if you want to be quiet, go to your room, you know, instead of being here. So finally she left. The woman got so upset, the Polish woman, she went and told the management, and then the manager came and she tried to calm down this French woman, but this French woman was opening another beer. So it was kind of a crazy scene. but that's how it ended. So here we are at the Polish National Opera. I really don't know what happened to that woman actually last night. I ended up going to bed. So it is the Theater Wielki, or the theater in English. Opera here. Oh, it says Opera Narodowej. That's where I saw, I think. So it's opera. So let's see if we can go on in here and take a look. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm in the opera house now. I'm in the entranceway. There were some guys working. I asked if I can go in. They said yes. We've got these chandeliers here, red carpet, and this seems to be the opera house here. I don't know if we can go in or not. I'm gonna see. Maybe we can pay and go inside. Maybe not. So unfortunately, it's not possible. Maybe you can just see here. He said only in a performance you can pay and then go in. So that's kind of disappointing. So that's the only way. There's no tours or anything. Let's just take a look what they might have here. I'm sure it's quite beautiful inside. This is the schedule actually. Yeah, I wish that these were open to at least view it, or to even if you had to pay, maybe with a guide. There is Mozart coming up on the 14th of March. Oh, actually, no, I think that's today actually. So I just wanted to show you from the outside how beautiful this is. Look at this, all the columns and carvings. And then on the roof, look at this, you have these display with the horses. It almost looks like what I saw in Germany, that famous gate there. You walk through. Look at this. Look at this building. It's absolutely sensational. So the horses on top of the building reminded me a little bit of the top of the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. So this is what I saw. There is a Theater Narodowy. It's here actually. So there's actually several theaters, I guess. This is the most impressive here. And then you have the Theater Narodowy here. So I was partially correct. We have another statue here, and it says this person is, or this man is Wojciech. There's the name. It's quite difficult. Carvings, it almost looks like something from the communist times. Look at this. This is like granite as well, I believe. It's a very difficult stone. It's quite hard. This is definitely built to last. Cross our fingers to see if we can go into this theater here. Narodowy. So we struck out there as well. It appears the doors are locked. This is a very nice image here of that tower and the back of the statue. And then we see one of these modern buildings here in the distance. There really is a tremendous amount of things to see here in Warsaw. I'm walking around the side of the building now, and the street is Wierzchowa. There's a memorial here. So, Teatro Polskie. So a Polish theater. I don't know if he was someone that, I'm not sure if he was someone that was in the theater or who helped to build the theater. And this is Muzeum Teatralny, so it is like the theater museum, which is also closed today. Walking around Warsaw. Is there anything better to do in Poland? And I know Warsaw, I think in America anyway, it's probably the most famous city. If any person could name a Polish city, American, I would say it's probably Warsaw. And there in the distance, I believe that is the Palace of Culture and Sciences. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So that is what I want to go to the top of. So we're gonna do that. And hopefully we get the weather for it. I think tomorrow it's gonna be the warmest, or Saturday. This is actually a Thursday. So I'm gonna be here for a few more days at least. I want to get a lot of video like I did in Krakow, and then I can release those videos. Building here, it's quite with a lot of curves, a lot of glass. Something in the distance over there. Lux Arte. So a few restaurants on this street. Look at these columns here. Look at the scale of these buildings here in Warsaw. Those large columns. This is a Polish kitchen here. Ooh, Wieniawi. Looks quite posh or expensive. Bistro de Paris, pre-theater or after theater. So for those going to the theater, this I guess is the place. Obviously it's great if you have a lot of money, I think, which there is that as well in Warsaw. You can see the Warsaw buses are lined up here. I just saw one go by actually. Well, it's really starting to warm up, which is great. It's gonna be a pretty nice day today. I think it'll be around 12 Celsius, which is warmer than it has been. So I've come back to the street where my hostel's on. It is actually this way now. We came around the other side. See some signs here, the Stare Miasto this way, which is the Rail Castle, which we saw earlier. And we've got some things this way. The Culture, Ministry of Culture. So over here, we have some beautiful architecture. I know this is quite an important street we're on in Warsaw. I believe that I showed this in my last video as well, but let's take a look at it again. And look at these railings. I love these railings. Look at this with the roses. It's just beautiful ironwork. It says Adama Mickiewicza. And this is a relief map here of the old town. Quite nice. Soon the trees will have leaves on them. We'll start to get green. We're close to the first day of spring actually. We're about a week away in Poland. Look at this building here. It's just so impressive. It's just so impressive. Look at these like large kind of dome or balls, actually like balls, the green color. I don't know what those are exactly. kind of reminds me of the cathedral in Spain, similar to what a cathedral would look like in Spain that I've seen. Oh, it looks like someone's going inside. There's a sign here. The door, we could open the outer door. There was a couple there, also tourists I think, and we went there, and there was another door. We tried to open it, it wouldn't open. So I think it's only open, I think it might only be open for services, but it would be quite amazing to go inside. It's just so beautiful and interesting, the design. That's a masterpiece. That is an absolute masterpiece. So that building behind me is actually a palace. It says it is the Pałac Radziwiłł. Oh my gosh, it's got two of those like W sounds in Polish. I'm sorry. It says also Namiestnikowski. That is so difficult to pronounce, but it's a palace. So there you go, with an impossible name. As most of Poland has, or difficult, let's put it that way. So this is the Presidential Palace next door. This is also very impressive. Let's take a look here. This whole area is so beautiful. There's usually a guard here, if I remember. And there he is. Look at these lions. Look at the palace. And be careful not to film the guard there. Look at this. We have this huge statue here. And then we have the Presidential Palace back there in the distance. Look at that. It's really large. It's quite massive actually. And I'm pretty sure it's still in use. It's still in use, which just makes it also very interesting. And we have a flower here. So obviously paying some respects to possibly fallen soldiers. Look at this. It's absolutely amazing. There's actually quite a few. There's several guards there, military guards, protecting the palace. And across the street we also have, looks like another palace over there. Polish flag. Looks beautiful. I have to say, I love the colors of the Polish flag. Red and white. Great combination. Of course, the American flag is red, white, and blue. So not too dissimilar. I think this is a hotel here. Famous hotel. Cafe Bristol. I think I was actually in there one time. My first trip to Warsaw. It's quite nice. A little bit expensive though. It's kind of ritzy or posh, depending if you're from America or from the UK. Tourists here. Spanish again behind me. There's so many Spanish people here. I heard a lot of Spanish walking through the streets. I also heard some French. So there's another group of Spanish students or tourists. I think a lot of young Spanish people are coming here to study in Poland. I wonder if they learn the language. Look at this. That's a really large statue. So I think we might wrap up this video here. Kind of a little bit of a chaotic first day. Today's the second day. We're gonna have more videos to come from Warsaw. So I hope you stick around to enjoy them. We'll see you in the next video. Dziękuję bardzo. Do widzenia. See you guys next time. Take care, everyone.